Morning, everybody. Welcome to another Friday on lockdown, wherever you are. International Master William Pascal, independent chess influencer, Panda lover, with our moderator, cat lover, Mr. Coffee. What's up, guys? Good morning. Astrobate, not here. He played the Immortal Game, which we went over yesterday. That was pretty awesome. I have to leave in half an hour. Mr. Slowhand, I just got a late notification of Zell Poker subscribed on Twitch Prime. We knew that yesterday. That's awesome. Thank you, Excel Poker. So, all right, Mr. Slowhand Grind, you are first, though we take the challenges in order. Mr. Slow. Yeah, you're the first one. You have to leave in half an hour, so you get to play first. We'll forego the warm-up game for your sake, but I'm not promising much here. Whoa, the red zeros are gone. What? You guys see that? What's with my web page? Dude, what's with the... You see that? Is that supposed to be like that? Is that a bug? Look at the score between us. You guys can't see it. Ah. I forget that you can't see under the board. So right under the board, the score, the red zeros don't show up. It's weird. All right, Mr. Slow. What are we going to do with you? I think it's some kind of bug. You see it now? Now you do, now you don't. Now you see it, now you don't. On the fly here. It's a system that I've used in the recent past a couple of times. It's not that great for white, but it's good to get people out of book. Mr. Slowhand seems like he's very, very fond of King's Indian defense opening theory, so this knight c6 move here, unfamiliar. At least not commonly played. Clearly white can play d5, but is that a good move or not? Interesting question. I guess I just play knight c3. Strange, I don't remember playing against this. I haven't played the system too many times, just a few, but I don't remember seeing knight c6. It's okay. Logical. What happens if I play d5? Because that's the obvious question. I was looking at d5, e4. Knight takes e4, queen e1, knight takes c2, queen takes e4. Bishop f5. I'm not going to trap his knight. a5 is kind of a funny move. Funny, haha. I don't think I really want to play that. Well, it feels like I'm kind of overextended. I almost have to play knight c3, which makes it difficult to attack the knight on b4. Mr. Sloan's a little overconfident. I don't know. Just giving me e4 with tempo seems kind of strange. I guess he has to go. He's in a hurry. It's never good to be in a hurry. Oh no, it's raining. Oh man. I think it was gonna start raining in mid-game. Kind of came up quickly there. Didn't think so. Alright, anyways. Queen b6 now. Mr. Slowhand seems to be like trying to rush me here. He knows I like to play a warm-up game before I start, making me forego the warm-up game. This is probably a stupid move, frankly. Rook b1. You just like playing bullet chess. It's alright. Not what I try to do, Mr. Slow, you know. Play super fast, not my thing. Mr. Slow is suddenly Mr. Fast. He seems like Mr. Fast suddenly. What's going on? This is awkward. This is really awkward. What's going on here? With really strange moves like Queen b6. Who would play Queen b6? Into the diagonalist bishop. This is a really odd game. I thought I was clearly better, but I'm not so sure. It's hard to coordinate my pieces. They're kind of misplaced. I thought I would be clearly better after bishop e5. It's possible that's even a mistake. I'm just helping him like change pieces. Slightly cramped position. I thought it was my bad bishop, but it might actually be a major error. I'm just trying to hang on for a draw here. Even though I'm like 500 points higher, I feel like I'm getting outplayed completely. Wonder what time he wakes up in the morning. You got me, man. I'm not warmed up. B5, avoiding the exchange of queens. Next thing, like Troll and a Roll is going to start playing super fast. Alright, I don't know. I don't like my game. Black's like a genius. I don't know why the score doesn't work, but you guys can't see that anyway. This avoidance of the exchange of queens is simply brilliant. But I don't know what to do. C4. But I have to play C4. It looks bad as well. Oh my god. Should I just resign here? It's hard to even find a move. Black's insanely good. The avoidance of exchanges with b5. The whole queen b6 move was surprisingly good. And black is just better. I don't know about that move. It's certainly not bad. All I could do is like grovel to survive. 1948. But he plays like a master. Sometimes he's beaten me so bad. He has 11 out of 40 against me, which is more like you would have around 2150. This score is probably typical for like 2100, low 2200, 2100 players, not 1900s. Have 11 out of 40. Now he's just like clearly better. He's not quite winning. Troll is a master too. This is about the best my position has been the whole game. I'm only slightly worse now. But he has far more time. My knight has no squares. Does he play bullet? He's got 18-12 in bullet. Jesus. How could he be 18-12 in bullet? Doesn't play enough. This is just a blunder. He's stronger than me, I think. Now, finally a mistake. I can hold on for a draw now. Whew, that was close. I'm only slightly worse here. Is he like playing for a win? Black resigned. I guess he had to go. Dude, I mean, you like outplayed me the whole game. This is... I thought the queen b6 move was pretty amazing. First of all, knight c6. Like, nobody plays that move. It looks like it's completely underrated. Vast majority of players with white now playing a5 in this position. I play like Bogdan Don. d5 is bad, of course. Yeah, this is bad for you. You can just break my center with the d5 pawn, and black is clearly least equal. Bishop f5 was a mistake, but then I overextended myself again. This is such a weird move, queen b6. It's funny because my original intention was to play rook d2, but I didn't think it was applicable anymore. Here, it was a weird game. The advantage kept changing hands. This is ironically a mistake to trade pieces here. And I thought I was worse. I really believed I'm worse here. Maybe I am, you know. I'm like loose and overextended, and I feel like black probably stands a little bit better in this position. But I was never ever better, you know, except for maybe some points in the opening there. This is an excellent move. I try to trade queens. He plays b5. Take with a knight. Clear advantage to black. I'm lucky to draw, and then I hung a pawn. This was a stupid move. Anyway, alright, it's a great game by black. Not so much with white. I'm not warmed up yet. Horrible. Horrible morning chess. I don't understand why the zeros don't show up in the score. That's so weird. Another King's Indian. Of course, it's a draw. He just resigned by accident. I've done that. Don't feel bad. Let's try something different. Mr. Slowhand, excellent morning chess. I'm not a morning person. It takes me about halfway through the stream before I start playing well. But I wasn't prepared for a full-on game of that strength. Here we go with knight c6 again. It's like a flashback. Great, I can remember the last game. So the King's Indian seems to be very popular in Germany. What's up with that? The rest of the world, it seems like the King's Indian has gone the way of the dodo. But all of my German opponents are playing the King's Indian. Got to play something solid against it. I should play the Saruman system that I went over yesterday. Yeah, this variation is known. Very solid for black. Don't forget to support for your favorite stream. Thank you, Mr. Slowhand. Mr. Fasthand. Mr. Fast with a very, very strong. Marad Sai said no one plays the King's Indian in India. Yeah, you guys are more fashion. Chess, fashion, trendsetters. Lots of young grandmasters in India. No, I mean, I think that the trend stopped when Fischer and Kasparov retired from chess. We were talking about it yesterday. I don't want to have less space automatically every single game. I got tired of playing the King's Indian myself. Solid setup for black with bishop f5. It's not very ambitious, but I do think that it is solid. I'm not sure what I'm doing with white here. I guess like e3 or something. Not a very aggressive line for white. But I don't think the bishop f5 is a good system for playing for a win. It's like a solid kind of trying to hold a position type of variation. White remains with a slight spatial advantage. It's not much. Yeah, King's Indian has been going down in popularity since probably 2000. Even Garry Kasparov stopped playing it at the end of his career. It's playable, but again, like, why do we want to give White a big space advantage? I think it's very, very good for Black against weaker players, but when you start playing at the master level, it becomes tough. But then again, the same can be said of the Alyekin defense, like e4, knight f6. I mean, the most extreme example of hypermodernism. It's a great opening to play against beginners, but not so good against masters. So knight e5, knight e5, knight e5, bishop takes is good. Knight e5, d e5, bishop takes e4, pawn takes d4. Pawn takes d4, it's equal. Bishop takes d4, bishop takes c6. Knight takes d4. I can't hold that d4 pawn anyway. It's a stupid idea to think about knight e5. This was my intention all along. Play queen e2. Maybe Black plays e5 here anyway. Although now, let's see. If he plays e5, I play knight e5. In that version, might be better. He doesn't have to do that, clearly. This is a super solid, safe game for both sides. But I mean, if you want to play solid, probably better not to play the King's Indian. I also have been playing with Black sometimes like c6 and bishop f5. Similar system. But again, you kind of wonder, like, why am I playing the King's Indian if I'm going to be a chicken and play solidly after move 7 or something? Okay, the fianchetto system is really just hard to attack against, so Black has to adopt like a slightly different strategy. I think when White goes for the kingside fianchetto, it's hard for Black to just be all out aggressive when White plays g3 in the King's Indian. It's very frustrating. Rook e8. So I guess my plan here is to expand on the queen side. That's our normal space advantage on the queen side. We had someone ask this question. Troll on a roll. You don't want to get timed out, right? Don't worry. You're in no danger. But we are a little worried about you. You're trying to imply that you play a very solid game? Is that what you're implying? I guess that's what we're supposed to take away from it. Everything you do is solid. This is a strange way of putting it, but alright. Very disturbing to the 5 years old viewers in chat. E6 here. Alright, that takes away the moves like queen f5, so I'm thinking, hey, we can do something new and totally cool. I don't know. Connection. Excel Poker, well, he's very slightly worse spatially. Now he plays d5, so it's a pawn structure. Adaptation. Changing structures. I don't know. Yeah, what am I doing? I mean, I have a little space. A little space, that's all. Threatening my pawn. Don't like that. Oh, no. still gotta wake up. Used to be banned on Zook. You got unbanned. Be careful. Just your name just invites banning. I mean, I think that's the problem. A lot of people just assume you're automatically a troll. Oh man. This is terrible. This is what happens at 11 o'clock in the morning. You just have bishop d3. You're just winning a pawn again. It's just like the last game where I hung a pawn. Excel Pilker trying to be too solid. No, I guess we trade everything down. No, then I'm dropping a pawn a different way. So this actually makes way for the king to come up, eh? Cute. Nothing I can really do about that. So how do I stop losing my b5 pawn here? Rook d1. Rook d1. What else? What a boring position we've combined to create here. Bishop f6 has to have a purpose. I mean, he's afraid of rook takes rook, all the rooks coming off and then getting back rank mated. Now he played g5 though. That's clearly to give his knight a place to go. Give his bishop retreat square. g4. g4 looks kind of annoying. He wants to start attacking me on the king side. g4, do I want to weaken my king side here? Good question. Oh, let's not. I'll take my chances. Black seems okay though. He's a good fast player too. Well, we're both just playing moves, you know, to be fair. I think I'm just playing moves too. It's hard to do anything. Damn it. e4? Everything's risky. Getting out of bed in the morning. It's really tough to do anything here. Man, it's awkward. That is awkward. It's just equal. I mean, I don't have anything here. This pawn looks like a problem. Now this got outplayed in the end game. Wow. I offered him a draw and he declined. That's pretty impressive. Played for e5, played for a win here. He's actually lost, according to the engine. But he's primarily playing for time, and it worked. But strangely, difficult to defend this. I missed king f1, king e2 for some reason. Instead I played f3, which is just a stupid move. He's up to 31 seconds here. What do you mean knight b3, knight a5? How can I do that with his knight there? That's the whole problem, Jim. I mean, it would be nice to play knight a5. He's like almost pre-moving. Yeah. So f3. This is the losing move, dropping my c5 pawn. I thought I was worse here, though. But again, if you don't see this idea to play king f1, king e2 with seconds left, I just dropped my c5 pawn. All right, next game. Kind of strong player. Troll in a roll. At least you can play chess 960 today. No more chess 960 on Wednesdays when I'm trying to play weird openings, Troll. That's not allowed. Anyway, I mean, in order to win, Black was like risking losing that game. I would accept a draw with Black there. I mean, I've got a pawn on the 6th rank. It's basically like bullet style. You're spatially worse when you allow me to play b6. I don't think you should play, you should ever play c6 in that position voluntarily. It was a draw, but whatever. I would accept a draw there. But eventually you can play bullet chess and beat me. No problem. I have no chance in bullet chess. I don't play. Now spatial center again in chess 960. Damn, I'm already like clearly worse. I still can't figure out this troll guy. Troll, you've been practicing a lot when you disappeared for a year and came back. You seem like a new troll. You guys can't see. I should put the list or something so that you can see it. It's behind the. Maybe you can see it when I click on it. Let me see. If I click it, Vishnu, you can see yourself there in lights. If you've got more than 100, no, you don't have enough games, man. I'm not gonna play. Sorry, I've got to have at least 100 games other than Bullet. Mr. Coffee has 100 games, or Y has 100 games. COVID-20, I don't know about you. Health Master may not qualify. We're gonna have to crack down. Health Master, you are a subscriber to the stream. You've got enough games too. But I'm sorry, I can't take challenges, nothing. You've got 500 games, COVID-20. I can't take challenges from people with less than 100 games anymore. Okay, Troll is just evil. Chess 960 expert, apparently, forcing me to play Chess 960 against my will. But he seems to have gotten stronger. Sorry for anybody under 100 games. I'm not going to play anymore. The cheaters have ruined it for all of you. Brand new accounts. I will not play anybody who doesn't have at least 100 blitz, rapid, or other than bullet games. Too easy to create new accounts constantly. So we confuse Troll. But he's still better. Rook d1 seems like a kind of lame move. Maybe not that bad, though. Hey, I have an open file for my rook. I don't even like this exchange, though. Oh, wait, you're just hanging a pawn? No. To unrated count. That's the whole point. I can't really tell. I don't know. I can't tell. No, unrated don't count. Because I can't, like, tell. There's no way to tell. I'd have to, like, go and analyze people's accounts and stuff. I just have to have some way of deciding whether to accept challenges or not. Troll's still better here. Jesus. Troll, did you improve, like, significantly since I last played you? You were always good, but it seems like you're way stronger than you were before. Now it's like Troll is just a clear, full-on national master, whereas before he was like an 1800 or something. That's a little weird, dude. I could just resign here. White's advantage is so big. This square, f5, the diagonal, my bishop sucks. But he used to be kind of weak tactically. I could beat him tactically. The old Troll on the roll. But now it's like positional and tactical. Extremely strong. On the surface, this doesn't look that bad for black, but I feel like it's really bad. He's got like a perfect coordination because of this pawn on d5. Notice he was willing to put his rook on a bad square in order to enforce that pawn to go to d5. He just intuitively knew how key that was to kill my knight on d8. It's pretty remarkable. That's a very high level positional decision to play this move. Rook d1. I mean, you may look at it and say, oh, he's just protecting his pawn on d5, but he had other options. I mean, he could have taken and played like f3. He could have sacrificed the pawn for time. He didn't have to play rook d1 there. At first, I thought it was a bad move, but the more I look at it, the more I think this is like kind of brilliant, you know, just keeping my knight dead. That's the whole point. These are the options for my knight, and with that knight trapped and my bishop trapped, I have no way to get my pieces out in this position. If you're a subscriber, live for chess, like don't freak out. I probably would accept a challenge from someone who's not like an anonymous player. But I mean, I want to set a rule that in general, I'm not going to play people with less than 100 games. There's just been more and more like dubious accounts, especially with the lockdown. There's like 100 there's like 100,000 people online at any moment. I used to say like 50, but it seems like it's not even enough now. You know, it's just a basic rule. What about bishop a6? We'll save that. Should I have played it right away? Troll's only weakness is some sort of tactical stuff. Positionally, he's awesome. And he does tend to sometimes lose on time, although it seems like he's gotten better. He's gotten better with the time, too. He would just like kind of lose on time before. Last time we played, well, he didn't lose on time. Simul game, he beat me. Wait, here? He did lose a game, apparently, in 5-5, though I don't remember. He dropped a piece or something in that one. Draw. Bishop a6 check doesn't really help that much, if at all. I'm just like positionally screwed. Can I play rook b5? This looks patently insane. I have to give up on it. I almost sacrificed in exchange, but it's just totally bogus. Rook takes d5, knight takes d5. I almost can't move my pieces here. He's what level are we looking at here? And he has the audacity to have a rating of 1500. And White's play is master level. No question. It's like I could just resign. I don't even want to play anymore, dude, with you. What's this? You're too good. It's a little too much now. Rook d1 is the only good move. And now the engine changed its mind. D takes e6, really? Letting my knight out? I disagree. I think rook d1 is better. No, I don't think you're lucky. I don't think so. Let's see how lucky your moves are. So the computer thinks I should sack the exchange here, but it's losing. I already have a lost position here. I move 10. This is lost. Lost position against Troll in 10 moves. Why do you have 47 cent upon loss? Because it's chess 960? I don't understand. The engine thought you had a better move instead of bishop f5. b4 immediately. Or something. I'm already lost after 8 moves. I don't want to play this anymore. I don't think I'm going to play chess 960 anymore. Seriously. Apparently this is my big mistake, playing d6 now. I think a kind of natural assumption that I don't want to allow white to play e5 here. Unbelievable. The point is that my bishop controls e5, which I missed. So I don't need to take time to play d6 in this position. That's the problem with not playing chess 960 enough. I'm playing normal chess, and Troll is playing chess 960. You know, I'm not thinking about really chess 960, to be fair, dude. I'd rather not play, like, unless I'm in that frame of mind, you know. It's kind of a waste of time for me to play chess 960. I just don't really do it, and it's not going to be anything I can really... Frankly, you're not going to learn anything from me playing chess 960, you know. I'm not going to be able to teach anyone anything. By doing that, just kind of humiliate myself. Playing something that I don't really do. And is cheating possible? What do you think? Alright, anyway. Let's just play some normal chess. The chess 960 is the farthest thing from my mind. I didn't realize my bishop controls e5. I mean, if I'm playing chess 960, I would probably see that. But it's good that someone gifted Troll a sub. It's good to have him back. I need to play less chess 960 though. I just don't play. I mean, I played like one game just for fun last week, but basically never do it. C3 is the main line here. I don't know this line that well with black, but it seems like the most solid option for the Caro-Kann. Not so easy to play the other variations with bishop f5 and bishop d3 is the normal move here. Nefedov played this line against me the other day in the simul on Sunday. Did I play bishop g4? I've seen this before, though. I mean, knight f3 is played. Most people are uncomfortable with the potential pin here. See, that's a bad move. You don't need to play that. I mean, why not bishop e3? Clearly, you could sacrifice a pawn if you had to, but I don't think that's even forced. Bishop e3, bishop f4. We'll look it up after the game, but clearly you can't afford to waste time. Still, white's probably equal after bishop e2. I had friends who played this a lot with black. It takes a lot of practice to really understand the finesses. I don't know, you know, exactly how black's supposed to play in a lot of subtle lines. I'm just trying this for the first time in the last couple of months, on and off. I never studied the variations with knight f6, e takes f6. I always thought it was kind of lame. But lately it's come into fashion a bit. I don't know, it reminds me of a Petrov. Except we've got an extra pawn protecting our king side and no pawn here. Just pretend I'm playing the Petrov, I guess. If you can play the Petrov, you can play this. What are you guys talking about? Asterbate? Nefedov? Performance? What? Now lately I play no chess 960. I was kind of toying around with it in the past, but never much. How's my bishop doing? I'm just not interested in playing chess 960 lately. It started a while ago. I started to stop really liking it, enjoying it. Bishop d3, trading pieces. Now what do we do? Rook E1. Actually, rook E1 might not be that bad. Rook E1, bishop F3. Rook E8. Or G takes F. Yeah, that's not good, though. Theoretically, white wants to change everything, right? I mean, I don't know. Yes, theoretically, like, you could have a winning king and pawn in game. But there's this famous saying that before the end game, the gods have placed the middle game or something like that. So, yeah. Obviously, if it was like a pure pawn in game, I would be lost. Well, not anymore, but with the double pawns in F6 and F7, where you just have clear 4 against 3, you know, similar to the king's, what is it? Similar to the Exchange Royal Lopez, except on the other side of the board. Jim, thank you for a 200-bit donation. I like this new system where the lichess doesn't show us our losses in the scorecard. Makes me feel better. Scorecard. Should I just play F4 there? Waiting for my golden opportunity for the right moment. Yeah, now, I mean, our king and pawn in game is interesting. It would be 4 and 3 and 4 and 3. Queen and knight versus queen and bishop. This bishop move isn't great. And now we're trying to make this work to our advantage. I might have F3. F-twee. Tweety bud. Welcome, guys, to our stream. Not a good start for me. I'm struggling against everybody. I play really bad chess between like 11 and 12 o'clock, especially if I don't have any alcohol. So please donate beer, wine, vodka, gin. Troll should understand. Absolutely no chess 960 without imbibing alcohol. If you bribe me with some kind of alcoholic beverage, I'll consider playing more chess 960 games against you. I can't believe I was toying with the idea of doing like a chess 960 simul. I must have been out of my mind. I think I'd rather like pull my eyes out. That sounds like fun. Damn, C4, where's my knight going? He's setting up C4. This is a good move. Pokey's not bad. Alright. I'm going to go for it here. C4, Queen G6. Secret move. Speaking of endgames, this makes me a little worried. Okay, so the concern was what? This position? No. Oh, you're gonna wreck my structure. Actually, he's in trouble now. Yeah, the endgame after Queen G4. Doesn't look very good for white. An uphill battle for white if he plays queen g4, because this is just winning. So I don't know what else to recommend. Queen d5, queen f4 doesn't look that bad. So this endgame, this pawn is extremely strong. I'm up a pawn. I didn't even realize I was up a pawn. Pawns are good, but one pawn is not enough. We need 2 pawns. Rook endgames are notoriously drawish. All rook endgames are drawn. Alright, let's calculate. This pawn is only 3 squares away from promoting. And white is lost here, but we require a little bit of technique. Big mistake. Most important concept in the endgame is that you're active. Rook b1 is the only move. You have to defend actively with like rook b1, rook b5, a4, a5. I was looking at a similar rook endgame with Asterbate. Okay, I mean, you're not resigning right away, but objectively black should be lost here. He did a good job getting his king over there. Now he can exercise the active play that I was talking about. But it's a little too late. My king is coming over to help. Maybe not my first priority here. He's making it tough to win, but it should be a win, like no matter what. G3. G3 won't save him. Nothing will save him. You got to give him credit. For trying. Intensely competitive dude. MK Pokey. I would say an intensely competitive dude. Do you have any counterplay there? Should I have played it differently? Chess is hard, man. Even to win, like a winning position, took me like 30 moves. I've been winning since like move 23. It actually took me 30 moves to win the game after this queen exchange. I don't think I let it slip, completely, but he put up maximum resistance. Except there, I mean, you made a pivotal mistake here when I played what? Rook takes, this is almost lost. And then, I mean, this is the only move, dude. You've got to play rook b1. Maybe a4 is the same thing, but you can't play rook c1. This was a very important mistake. Your last chance in this game depends on getting active counterplay. And when you play this move, this is a major, major blow. Like you lost a key tempo, in a position where your last hope is literally like rook b1 or a4, I guess the important thing is identify key moments. We can't like analyze everything. Health Master, Mr. Coffee Morwa, another really strong opponent. COVID-20, thanks for subscribing. Stefanos. Okay, guys, we're going to try to get these games in. Health Master, it's 5+3. 5+3. I'm going to make an example out of you. All right, Health Master, you got to re-challenge me to 5+3. I will take your challenge next, but re-challenge me to 5+3. We've got it, because you'll never remember if I don't make this example out of you. You'll keep challenging me to 5+2 every week if I let it slide. I'll flag if I play 5+2, because I'm used to the 5+3. All right, Mr. Coffee, bring on the Bogo Indian. No. He went back to his roots. Mr. Coffee going back to the roots. So, don't leave, Health Master. Just re-challenge and I'll take your game next. The Gingy Indian. Dude, you can't play the Gingy Indian. Oh, Eric Schiller called that the Gingy Indian when you play like knight f3, a6. So take care. What you identify as the Gingy Indian, some people call the beefeater variation of the modern, like d4, g6, c4, bishop g7, e4, not e4, knight c3, d4, g6, c4, bishop g7, knight c3, c5, d5, bishop takes, knight on c3 is the Gingy Indian. But here, that playing a6 on move 3 is the kind of Gingy Indian. Let's see what Mr. Coffee does. Oh, he does like the closed Catalan. Closed Catalan. I'm in the mood for that. Not. Mr. Coffee, please take on c4. Please take. Open it up. I want to play. I should play e4. I want to play an open position. Shall we play some unsound gambit? We can take advantage of Mr. Coffee's solid style. Playing unsound Catalan gambits. Probably this is better. Well, is it better against c6 or knight d7 to play knight c3? I don't think this is really sound, although a lot of strong players have probably tried it. I tried it. I remember when I was young. I beat like a 2200 pretty easily, not knowing what I was doing. But mostly, black's supposed to take the pawn. If you play knight c3, black's supposed to take this pawn. I mean, he obviously has knight b6. He can try to hang on to it. It's not really a respectable line. I'm supposed to play, like queen c2 or b3. Defending, some move that defends my c4 pawn. Mr. Coffee doesn't call the question on it, so we're taking advantage of his reluctance to go into a very sharp position. So what's happening now? He'll just play bishop b7. This is probably nothing special. No, standard position. It's almost martini time. Another 8 hours till martini time. That's what the lockdown has brought us to. How about queen a4? Going for that c6 square. I'll just take, maybe. So what happens if I play queen a4? He takes on e5, I take back, and he has a choice between knight d7. He plays knight d7, I take on d5. He takes back, I take on d5. He takes on e5. This is probably not good, but we're going to try it. Actually, he has that line. Queen a4 is always bad. Astrobate must be sleeping. I teach you that queen a5 is bad. Queen a4 is bad. Sometimes there's exceptions to the rules. This is the idea that we're focusing on c6 and bringing the rook over. Queens are distance pieces, you know, so there are situations where queen a4 and queen a5 can be relevant. What's he going to do? Does he have another move? Knight e4. I thought this would just be bad for black. I take, grab the open file. Maybe it's not that bad. Knight e4, pawn e4, rook d1, queen e8. But I think that white is better here. The other option is to take on d5, which actually looks reasonable. Does that help me in some way? Well, don't know. Wait, I can take on d5. You take on c3, I take back. Yeah, I don't mind this. I don't know, Mr. Coffee. Maybe the other knight move was better. Look at that queen, Stefanos. Has all the movement in the world. There's no way you can call queen a4 bad. No. We got to not be dogmatic. I say that queen a5 is always bad, but I'm half joking. I mean, Feingold's constantly making his thing about f6 being bad. That I'm sure about. f6 is like a pivotal move. It's ridiculous to make a joke about it being bad. Of course, beginners, like 1200s, play f6 and they get mated because they weaken their king side. It's half in jest that I say that queen a5 is always bad. But a lot of times it is, so you have to be very cautious, that's all. I mean, this can be a good move, but you have to think about it long and hard before you go for it. All right, so c4, the lever. c4 would cut off my own. Queen g4, f5 is good for black. I mean, he's still worse there, though. But what's the best move? Keeping pressure on Coffee. Yeah, I imagine that Feingold wouldn't be easy for foreigners to understand. When you've lived in Europe for as long as I have, one of the first things you do is you try to alter your speech a little bit so that people that aren't, native English speakers can understand what you're saying. I've also been doing, chess videos for 20 years now, so speaking clearly is kind of an important compliment. You can't keep up. Okay, it's different. Just speaking too fast, but that's part of it, like the pacing. Clearly you can't speak like a mile a minute. Probably you don't watch enough Fox News or something like that. Troll and roll. You should watch more like American talk shows. Ow, my leg hurts. Important stuff. Okay, so Mr. Coffee trying to defend. Well, I mean, clearly we're not going to be able to just win brute force here so easily. Let's go with rook d1. Does he have some sort of means of very serious counterplay? I have to consider taking on d5 first. I'm not sure there's any real benefit in not exchanging pawns. And keep him tied down to d5. Sometimes I do it a little bit. I do start like that, like an American. Like a true American patriot. Mr. Coffee, I don't like that move. That's not friendly. He thought he could just take away my nugget on e5. But that's an important, vital role that's playing in our game here. Now he has time to defend the d5 pawn. All right, fair enough. Now what? Tempo, tempo. Trade queens. Everything's okay after that. It'll all be over soon. Oh, you've listened to hours of Howard Stern. Then how can you have problems? I would think that a Howard Stern would be good practice for understanding Americans speaking quickly. I never really thought about how fast he speaks or not. But as a lifetime radio pro, I guess he actually put some thought into it. Howard Stern is not an idiot. All right, bishop h3. Game over. All right. That's it. Mr. Coffee tries to defend. No other choice there. We're up clear exchange. Do we have any back rank stuff? Yes. Blockade. Still, Coffee's hanging on. Oh, Mr. Coffee, you have to play like bishop f8 there. No? Nice technical win. Nice and clean. We're up the exchange and a pawn. Just want to show you, the swindle in the opening. Engine thinks knight c3 is the best move. Maybe it's right. I wonder then. I mean, if knight c3 is the best move, then maybe you should play c6. Seriously. Maybe you should play c6 here instead of knight on bd7. I can still do it. Yeah, I guess you just can't avoid it. The gambit is not so bad. So let's see. You have to go for it. Romanician has games with this, man, and he didn't do that well with it. I think he even had a game against like Kasparov or someone. Because we're not going to see any of those like classic games. This gambit isn't that well regarded theoretically. You have to probably try to take it on, man. You know, this position. You probably have to try to take on this thing. There's theory on it. Not a lot of top players who are Catalan experts go into this willingly. Again, Romanician being like one of the only ones that I knew of from the old generation. Navarra, there was some games there. Gelfand won game, lost 1990. Never played it again. But anyway, all right. He had a bad experience. Morwa is here. No, you can decline it. I had a game, I told you. I had a game against a Hungarian FM, I think, where I didn't get anything after 20 moves and just offered a draw. All right, Morwa, very strong bullet player. Good, solid player overall. Let's play the Scandinavian. Early for beers. I need some beers, man. Play better. Play better in the evening. I'm either tired in the evening or I'm not awake in the morning. I have an excuse for every time of day. This is just boring line. Very solid. He's just not trying to refute my opening. I've even played knight f4. I think somebody once played something like that when I was white in a simul in New Hampshire. I remember I had a live simul in Merrimack, New Hampshire once. My opponent, who was a pretty strong player, like an expert, he did something like knight f4. It just took my bishop on e2. Black can fall behind in development if I go for that. That's why I'm a little hesitant to go for that here. But Morwa's opening is not, he's not taking advantage of my Scandinavian, my dubious knight f6 Scandinavian. Maybe it's the perfect opening against him. This is an interesting recapture. I'm going to take the more aggressive route. Something's rotting in Denmark. Maybe we just go with principled chess here. Does he have some crazy tactics? Knight d4. What an interesting idea. Bishop there. I'm not going to get carried away here. Wow. What if we let him take on g7? Is that the way to do this? Probably. Yes, I think so. No. Still not awake yet. Rubbish, like we're both playing here. You have to play g4 and take on g7. Morwa is playing too much for time, and I'm just not thinking straight. But clearly this gambit doesn't work. He could just go g4, bishop g6, and bishop takes g7, and I'm a pawn down with insufficient compensation. But he played instead queen d2. Take your time. I don't know how long it's going to take me to play like a human being today. a4 is a really strange move. I thought he was getting ready to castle queenside. That's the last move he's going to play if he's playing on castling queenside. Okay, he can castle kingside. It's not too late. But I was wondering why he played queen d2. I'm not sure any of it is really like connected. You know, a4, bishop c3, queen d2. Doesn't seem like a very holistic strategy. My problem is tactics. I can't see a two-move. I can't see a two-move idea, you know. g4. Okay, g4 is now no longer what it used to be. I think that black is slightly better now. For a man that have suffered over 50% of my black games at opening, you could get some experience. Do it next move, then after c6, he takes c4. Talking about the Catalan, very important line. DK guy has suffered with a passive repertoire similar to mine. But Morwa realized, like, the time was now. I'm actually going to play e5, probably. We need to have, like, really serious problems. What about this square? Don't we have knight f6 now? Bishop b5? I guess bishop b5 doesn't do anything. I just play rook d8. Maybe it's a good move in some sense. I don't know. Even knight e4 is possible. But at the end of the day, my rook is going to be hanging. But the main idea is that I can play this. I have a double threat. Bishop takes f3 and knight e4. He's playing, well, he played not anymore, but he was playing too fast. That's how he got a kind of weird position. You wish you had the energy to still play. You sound like me, DK guy. It depends on what variations you play, though. I would just avoid the main lines like the plague. You can still play the Sicilian and stuff if you... I think it was a mouse slip. Maybe he meant, nah. We'll give him a take back. That's just too embarrassing. But this is bad too. He has a way out of this though. I'm going to give him a take back and lose. That's embarrassing. F6, queen h4. This way there's just like a lot of positional pressure. I'm actually threatening f6 now, along with this pawn and this pawn. Also, bishop takes e5 when I'm not hanging a bishop on h5. Bishop on h5 was a huge liability tactically. It's always like getting attacked by rook e5 or queen e5. I almost never do takebacks. Nobody offers me takebacks. I'm never going to let him live it down, but it is an unrated game. I would never ask for takebacks in rated games. Rarely here on the stream, but since it was such a ludicrous queen blunder, I mean, I do give takebacks for people who make obvious mouse slips, and some people in blitz, like if it's a rated game, won't do that. Like, I can understand if there's not much time left, but if it's like the opening and someone plays king f1 instead of castles, I mean, I'll give them, it's up to you, but I kind of feel like it's okay. I would want to take back too if I just like play king f1 by accident. All right, so bishop d3 wins a piece for me, no? Can never be too careful. He definitely ought to exchange queens and take there. Wasn't his game today. Maybe rook takes h3. Does that work? Barons and Knight, thank you for the donation. 100 bits. We should mention who's donated. Rook b3. I want to take back. Probably we should just resign here with white. Trolling a roll. Trying to get your Fischer random agenda on. I like the concept of Fischer random too, but it's too depressing to play it when you don't really practice. Rocking Tanmei. I don't do 3+2 rated. I mean, if it was off stream, I might play, but we do casual 5+3, so I can go over, so I can talk about the positions. All right, I try to be instructive. This isn't just for my ego. To look cool. I'm here to lose and have some fun. Let some people win some games. What's up? There is still the option of playing some weird stuff and learning it inside out. What are you talking about? Yeah, of course. I mean, that goes back to what DK guy was saying. It's like you can't play the Sicilian. I was playing like Queen C7 on move 2. If you do the research, you can find lots of offbeat stuff to beat 12-year-old kids with. No problem. But you can't play the dragon, and you can't play like the Najdorf and not expect every little kid to know, 20 moves of theory, of course. I have an old friend like that. He was a lifetime dragon player, and he's trying to play like the mainline dragon with black against 11-year-old masters. I mean, yeah, it's like you're out of your mind. Their trainers teach them to memorize openings. Like, that's the most important thing. I told the story how I played a little Hungarian kid. One of my last tournaments, let's say like 2 years ago, my last strong open tournament, the Budapest Spring Festival, like 2 years ago. So the little kid, he knew 20 moves of theory, but he couldn't find like a 2-move tactic. I mean, that's what happens. You know, the trainers, especially the bad ones, emphasize like memorizing all these openings, but the kids don't even know how to calculate 2 moves deep. I mean, the worst thing you can do is to play into their strengths is play like extremely theoretical positions. It's not just little kids though, but a lot of the time it is. Everybody has the ability to memorize openings more now. So there's an argument to trolls supporting Chess 960. Nigel Davies supports this theory a lot, to play humble openings without much theory. Well, he recommended the English for years, the Réti. You know, that's what I try to do. I try to play stuff like the Réti, but eventually it gets like really boring. The London system's a trend. Magnus Carlsen is kind of non-theoretical in a way. You know, he's all over the map. He plays different stuff. He doesn't focus on trying to play the most topical things. Your argument is laziness. Me too. Well, part of my argument is laziness. You know, I haven't really been a professional chess player since like 2000 and I would say 2008, honestly, 2007. I tried to become a GM. I didn't get the title. I didn't try hard enough, probably, but I have to say that I probably, you know, haven't really been studying opening theory that much since 2007. And even then, I didn't study as much as I should. It's like advocating London. Yeah, no, I mean, I had the Scheveningen against this little kid, and I was out of book. Like, I had studied it like 25 years ago, probably more. Literally, this is a game I had 2 years ago where I had studied the theory like in 1987. And I find myself playing this position against a little kid who's like 13, 12 years old. He's a 2100 FIDE, and he's in book at like move 20. And literally I have a lost position, but he can't even find a forced win, you know, and lets me draw. It's like a 2 or 3 move combination. He probably had more than one win. So he gets the winning position from memorization and then can't even win it. You know, it's unbelievable. Okay, what am I doing here? COVID 20. Knight h6. Knight h6 transposes to a game I had. Bishop e2 is really tame. Too passive, probably, but whatever. I think that maybe c4 is the right move. I'm not sure. We could save it. If you play knight h6, you transpose to one of my games. I'm not sure it's a good move here, but it's not that bad. Knight f6 is normal. Maybe you could even play c5, I don't know. Thomas Treinson, welcome. I need some oxygen. I had to close the window because it was raining, but my office doesn't have, I don't have enough oxygen. That's probably why I'm playing so badly. Lack of oxygen. Bishop g4. I don't really know about that. See, I can understand this kind of position COVID 20 since I play these type of setups with black pretty well. Balkus rating with a party of 62. What's up, man? Welcome. I don't think we have that many tables available in the restaurant. I'm just waking up. I played really bad chess for about an hour, but I think we're starting to wake up a little bit. I got the oxygen. I need an oxygen tank, like an oxygen bar. 62 players party. I think that's like against the rules of social distancing. You're not allowed to have that many people in one channel. What's up, man? Welcome, Raiders. Bishop g4 is not a good move for black here. It's not the end of the world, but you don't really want to trade that bishop off for nothing. So I literally had this game against Fair Adam with knight h6. The funny part about that game, COVID-20, is that it started at e4, knight h6. I literally played that. That's what all you have to do, DK guy. Just play knight h6 on move 1, and they'll just like, the average 11-year-old master will just like melt into a little puddle on the floor. If you play like the St. George defense or knight h6 on move 1, I would recommend like playing really eccentric openings and knowing them really well. And then Buddha. I live in Pasht myself. It's a bad joke, sorry. So, we got ambulances, everything, it's fun. A lot of fun stuff going on. 200 viewers. We don't have 200 viewers. Do we have 200 viewers? That's impossible. My stream can't hold 200. We have 200 viewers for real? Wait, I don't understand. Did I miss something? Oh, director David Klein raid. So we had a second raid? What am I missing, guys? I got a notification that Balkus rated with 62. But I missed something earlier? Or I just missed just another one? We had 200, but it dropped. I gotcha. But my notification was 62. My original notification was 62. I don't know, on Streamlabs it says 200. Yeah, we can't hold that many. Streamlabs is not up to date. At least I'm fully clothed for today's stream. A little bit of clickbait for the replay of yesterday. That's the sure way to get more viewers. I just be semi-naked. I don't know, man. I need to get more than a queen exchange out of this. Although queen b3 here does look, you know, you don't really want to open the A file in this position. Black has some issues. This is a very conservative way of playing the position, of course. It doubled my numbers. What? It doubled numbers by mistake? The tank top gets more viewers? I don't know. I don't think the tank top got more viewers. I think it was kind of the same. The tank top is neutral. Balkus, thanks for being a subscriber and rating us. I'm trying to stop pronouncing your name like it's Hungarian, but it's been really hard. I'm like unteaching myself to say Balkus. But we're just playing Blitz. I've got about an hour left, guys, to take us some more challenges. Stefanos, DK Guy, Rocking Tanmay, and Merad. I think we could play those. So, yeah, what do you think about e4, knight h6, DK Guy? Could you do that? It has some slight problems. Now the $1 million question. Bishop c4. Bad. It's a bad battery. Like, you don't really want to do like bishop c4, bishop takes f7. But maybe it's just like getting out of the way so I can play knight g5. What if I play, like I can't play knight g5 because I dropped my bishop on e2, obviously. So what if I play bishop c4, he moves his queen, and then I play knight g5? And then there's like no way for black to defend said pawn on f7. That looks kind of tempting. It's feeling very artificial and a cheap way to play chess, but actually he has queen h5 here. Whoops, sorry. Queen h5, knight g5. We're on f7. It's just a pawn and a very kind of cheap fork on f7. I feel like it's sort of shallow. We're playing a very shallow form of chess here with this. Shallow and materialistic is not really what I do. But, you know, sometimes you just got to say, like, if it works, it works. I mean, he's got to find a better defense. He just can't get forked and lose an exchange. Also f3. But I mean, do you really want to play g4? and let black sack a piece, so something like f3. I'm probably not going to even play f3 at this stage. We just take the exchange. Time is short. What time does it need to play? I only take 5+3 challenges here in the stream to keep it uniform. A pawn in an exchange, I'd be boring anytime. Yeah, that's what it is. It is what it is. But I should have played f3 in retrospect, it looks like. Because if I had played f3, I would have had really nasty stuff on that pawn there. And now it doesn't do anything. What if I take first? You're going to save your knight. Anyway, all right, well, it's bullet chess. Time for bullet chess. But white is, whoa. All right. That is a creative idea. Rook d5. I appreciate that. It's a little bit it's a little bit too much, but now he's just down like way too much material. I'm trying my best to lose. Only up a rook on the piece. Good. Anyway. Keep calm and carry on, as they say. No. I shouldn't hang a piece there, but next game, not a very well executed example. Pawn, code 20. It's too late. Force mate in 6. Probably not. But what to say? The opening was interesting. Queen d5. What if we go to this position? Bishop e2 here, knight h6. If you play knight h6, what do you get? Oh, this has been played a lot, actually. I would have thought it would mostly come out of c3 Sicilian. How can there be no games here? That's weird. I must have a game here with black. I guess I played c5. It won't transpose till black plays c5 or something. That's kind of gotta be why. All right, Stefanos. Where is Bob and who is his girlfriend? From James. James, you have a sort of jealousy. With social distancing, it's better to be your own girlfriend for the next 18 months or so. But I think the Brazilian president is recommending against that. We try to get in like stupid political jokes. Knight c3, d6. All right. Stupid political jokes. Anyway. Stefanos Kappa. Yeah, the only thing that James that comes to the stream is to like troll one of our subscribers. The only reason why he comes here. Obviously very disappointing. When said subscriber is not in the house. Knight c3, d6. You better get in contact with him like with a private hotline or something. A troll's troll, a real troll's troll. Bishop c4. So f3 was bugging me a lot. That's a good line. Objectively, the Richter Rouser with bishop g5 has to be the best move for white. There's no question. Sozin is okay, but it's not nearly as good as the Richter Rouser. I know, I've played it for white, you know. I'm not strong enough theoretically to play the Richter Rouser with white. That requires a lot of knowledge. And not being lazy, like Troll talked about. Fischer, Bobby Fischer. I wasn't a Fischer clone, I'm too young for that, but there's a lot of people in America who were. Not only America, but the world. I mean, Bobby loved the Bishop C4 Sicilians for like a 15-year, 20-year period after he was world champion. These variations of Bishop C4 were very trendy. Not so much today, though, you know. Bishop C4 has declined. Like, in my chess experience in the last 20 years, I used to see it all the time, and now nobody plays Bishop C4. It used to be like it was like the most prevalent system I faced on the black side of the Sicilian, and now it's like rare that I even get a single game. It's funny. I had so much practice. I know it better than anything else, and now nobody plays it at all. We're heading for like a mainline Najdorf now, Najdorf Sozin, whatever you call it, when it's a Sozin / Najdorf. Thanks everybody for joining our stream. Thanks to Balkus for the raid. Balkush. You moved to Hungary. All right. So F4, my friend. F4 is main line. F4, knight d4, bishop d4, b5, etc. Queen e2. Queen e2, what is that? Logical move? Centralizing? I don't know, is there something wrong with Queen e2? You can't play Queen g4 in one go. I don't know. There has to be something wrong with it. We just go with the standard stuff. Najdorf with knight c6, unhappy face. Yeah, I mean, you might technically call it the Scheveningen. But I think this is actually, you know, one of the best lines against the Sozin. There's no problems for black here, theoretically. I don't know, DK guy. Mainstream? Yeah, Yasser Seirawan, Tony Miles, David Bronstein. A lot of people play Larson. You're only saying that because you're Danish and because, like, Bent Larson. I also tried to play it in the 80s. My first tournament game against a Grandmaster? No. One of my first tournament games against a Grandmaster. I played Joel Benjamin in 1990 and lost. You're like 3-0 in a Swiss. I beat like 3 FMs. Got paired with Benjamin, had to play him with black. And I played G takes F Carol Khan against him. Like, good idea. Good idea. Play a really stupid opening against a Grandmaster when he outrates you by like 300 points. I wish I had someone there, like, giving me some sort of level of common sense at that time. Maybe I could have put up more resistance. Probably wouldn't have made a difference, but... Okay, now A5 anyways. This has to be right. Have I played Chess Street Hustlers? I was practically one myself. For years I played Blitz chess for money. Before I matured into an online chess teacher. One of my many dubious occupations. No, I know. It's just funny, the Balkush. It sounds like it could be a real word. Like some sort of noun. This is like the standard problem facing white in these lines. There are checks, lots of diagonals. He loses control of the center, these key squares like e4 and d5. Problem, the bishop is hanging? What? Oh, the bishop's hanging on d4. One of many problems. I mean, there's also skewers. Oof. I mean, this probably wins for black somehow. Eventually, something bad is going to happen here. Well, his knight is hanging. Whoops. That's a problem, right? Having your knight hanging is a problem. Larson, Karpov, Portish. You're not trying to claim that Karpov played the G takes F Caro-Kann, are you? He found a way to defend. Unbelievable. Bishop a6, does this win by force? Yes. Yes. The shifting sands of the diagonals. But it helps when you play an opening from both sides. That's why I understand this position, because I play it for both sides, or positions like this for both sides. I know his perspective as well as my own. I always somehow, for some reason, got kind of obsessed with the Sozin with white, although I know it's not like the best line. As I said, the Rouser is better. Once you get sort of, you develop a familiarity with something, you know, it's hard to let go. Why am I so thirsty? No, he's just lost. You are lost. This is a loss. But the main line isn't very good, if it's any reassurance. Nigel Short, Kasparov. You might want to check out Nigel Short versus Kasparov. Not a good choice. The epic world championship match that never should have been. Anticlimactic waste of time. But anyway, we wouldn't want to hurt good old Nigel's feelings. I never played for the world championship, but neither should he. Health Master, DK Guy, Rocking Tame. Let's see. Alright. No, you can't play Queen E2. He's right. Queen E2 isn't good. It's probably playable, but you lost any dynamics. F4 standard. A couple players managed to hold draws here with white. Queen B5, sacking in exchange. Holy crap. Wow. David Bang. David Bang against Leonid Gersh. I think this is an over the board game. What an exchange sacrifice. Damn. Talk about a good practical decision. You gotta like that. You gotta like that. The great Carlini chess hustler. Where is that? In New York City or something? What are we talking about? Every city has its own chess hustler scene. I haven't been to like Washington Square Park since I can remember. I don't know. I haven't been since like 2003, I think. That's kind of scary. I don't think I've been. I mean, I've been to New York City, but not to play chess. When was the last time I was in New York City? Probably like 2011. Knight c3. I dare you to play d5. Doubt it's a good move, but at least he had the guts to take me on. Gotta give him credit for that. Now he's overextended, similar to one of my early games today. One of my first games on the white side of a King's Indian this morning, I had a similarly overextended pawn at d5 against my first game against Mr. Slowhand. This is a problematic situation. Your pawn at d5 is simply overextended. Speaking of Chess Hustler, Juicebox Wizard is here. Guys, check out my simul on Sunday, my next stream. We're going to be hosting a simultaneous 25 players. I try to be modest. I don't want to show off and try to play 50 or 100 players because that seems cool. When I host a simul here on lichess and Twitch, I'm trying to play like a level of quality games. Quality rather than quantity. So I take 25 players and we try to play a quality game, try to give a quality game to some extent. Sometimes I can't do it. Sometimes I lose. I hang mate in like 15, like last week. But we do our best to try to have some interesting games, like 3-hour games, and I think it can be a good substitute for like an online, rather than over the board training game or something. I try to make it serious. So he could sacrifice a pawn here. But anyway, that's Sunday at 6:30 CET. You're a hustler who plays chess, to be specific. Exactly. Yeah, exactly. Don't have to justify it, man. So, Sundays at 6:30 CET. CEST. Every week I play 25 players here, mostly subscribers, but usually there's time for, or space for a couple other time and space, or different things. It's usually a little bit of room for some new players to play. Yeah, it's like a freak show if you try to play 150 boards. Just wasting time. It's like, whatever. Bullet chess simul. They're trying to set the Guinness Book of Records. Lance used to do that. Lance 5500. He's incredibly fast. But my games are bad enough, you know. Even with 25, it's hard enough. So we want a pawn in the center. This pawn remains strong, and I want to try to destroy it later as quickly as possible. When the opponent has a piece or a pawn in your territory, I mean, it's important. That's your enemy, you know. In some cases, you will play around it when you have no other choice, but our main priority here I think, would be to undermine his center at e5. Now here I have another possibility. Maybe I want to go c5 and take him down. But I've got a variation to consider, which is c5, a3, bishop a5, b4. This sort of wing gambit idea, it actually looks kind of dangerous. c5, a3, bishop a5, b4, c takes b. Well, does he have anything there, though? A knight e4, for example. I'm not crazy about it. I think I'm just going to castle here. But still a3. a3, bishop takes c3, knight takes c3, queen h4, check. g3, knight takes, g3, bishop f2. Asterbate, how's the long diagonal? Where's Asterbate? How's your long diagonal doing? Is there any chance of this becoming a reality? Well, I'm not making any judgments on people, Asmiris. I'm just thinking of, I don't know him personally. I just think of those guys who play 50, 100 players at the same time. They're just trying to look spectacular. I'm trying to actually give something to the players. All right. We'll reserve judgment on, diagonal. Welcome to the diagonal. d4. What about c5 now, bishop g2? d4 wins a piece, correct? Can I just win a piece somehow? Bishop takes c3. Knight takes c3. Pawn takes c3. He stopped queen h4 check, that's for sure. What about d4 right away? This is not that clear. He might be able to sacrifice an exchange. For example, d4, queen d4, knight c3, bc3. Maybe it works. d4, bishop d4. Then it's his only move. Oh, man. Bishop takes, b takes. Still not anything decisive. What did I really do here? I must have missed something better. I don't know what it was. I could have won an exchange, but I had to give up a lot to get it. It seemed kind of materialistic. But maybe there was nothing there. You'd sack a piece on c3, and then do d4 at some point, right? Here I have d4. Does this work? My problem is castles. That doesn't work. Maybe he doesn't have a move. Okay, maybe he didn't have a move. I don't know. I felt like I had messed it up. Bishop g2 seems right. I'm still not winning a piece, though. Well, now I am. But what if you play rook g1? Yeah, I am winning a piece. Of course. If rook g1, I just pull the bishop back. All right, so this wins. It's a little confusing. It was a little confusing. Sorry. My bishop did win the diagonal. The diagonal of the day. Yeah, white left a little bit of development on the table here. Stay away from my bishop. He's not giving up yet. Don't give up. Strong knight. I never did get to play d6. Eliminate said knight. Yeah. That's a lot of pieces. A lot of pieces. Parts. Many pieces. Health Master is not good for your health. So, guys, I have to go in like 20 minutes. I want to see this weird position. Is c5 even the right move? It was the right move. Wow. Because it's so tempting to try something else. So this is actually right. And white is lost. He should have played a3 first. What about knight takes c3 crushing instead of bishop a5? No, apparently bishop takes c3 is really strong. That's funny. Simply bishop takes c3. No, this was okay. Oh no, here. Where am I? a3. Yeah, bishop a5 is okay. There's nothing he can do. Nothing you can do. All right. A little too ambitious opening there. You were overextended by d5. Now it's time to bang my head on the wall. What's with the sort of error? I'm so sad I can't see my losses in our personal score anymore, DK guy. Well, I can't see your losses either. When streaming next? Sunday. What do we do with DK guy? He's so tough. He's always complaining about people playing g3 against his king's Indian, but then he does it himself. He knows. All right, let's go. Dog, I told you not to do that when I'm streaming. Oh, you play something other than the main line here? I'm trying to fake him out. No, I've played this universally. Yeah, Kramnik. The Kramnik attack. It's very annoying. I had coyotes in America, remember? I told you guys about it. There was this dog in the middle of the road. I was like, I thought they were like pretty much gone, you know? My mom had used to see them, but it had been like years since we saw them. There was this big one. It was big enough that it was like a large German Shepherd or something. I always thought like coyotes were like these little dingy little, you know, stringy little, you know, sickly looking things. And the thing was the size of like a medium-sized German Shepherd. It was obviously eating well. All right, what is this? What is this? You want to play c4. You're not allowed to play c4. Only when I say you can play c4. Tempo down. Watch out for e5. I thought it was a regular dog, like somebody's pet. There was this lady who came to visit my house, like a former neighbor, and she was standing in the street next to her car, and I was, oh, maybe she's like walking that dog. Jesus Christ, it's not a dog. All right, e3. That's like reminding me of the time that I told you guys I lived in Boston, and I drove home to my apartment one day, and in the middle of the road there was a deer in the middle of the city. It's like, what the? I was like, it wouldn't get out of my way. I'm living in an urban environment. There's like a deer in the middle of the road. So, DK guy, he managed to equalize. It looks like he managed to equalize here. Solid as ever. It's really hard to play for a win against this opponent. He's super solid. Experienced. Good that there's still some animals left in the world. The only good thing about the pandemic is that it's like slowing down pollution and endangered species. What about my center? Can I play like rook e8, e5? It's basically a Grunfeld in reverse. I've never been to Greece, sadly. Even Athens, Georgia, for that matter. But I think if we go, that's definitely a country on the top of my list. We'll come and visit you, Jim. All right, rook e8. Drink some grappa. I've never had grappa. c4, e5. What's this? All right. How's the Greek beer? They're not big on producing beer, I assume. Too much other good stuff. This guy's so solid. What about d4? Nope. Bishop g4. Anybody? Bishop f5. What's our plan? How about bishop f5? Just randomly choosing moves. I can almost predict his next move. Because DK guy used a very similar strategy against me in a not so distant game ago with black. No, actually, I don't know what he's gonna do. He's got to be kind of careful here, because I'm toying with that d3 square. He's fast though. What if I play bishop d3? That's the greatest exchange sacrifice in the history of chess. Bishop d3, d takes c6, resigns. A very strong pawn on c6. Would you do it? I like that exchange sac for you. You're threatening me. Now what do I do? Besides losing on time, I like how his rating is 2200. Massively underrated at that. Check email. 100-bit donation gets you access to a personal line of communication. 94. You guys can also check out the Discord channel, Pope Sludgy. Actually, if you join our Discord channel, you could always send me a message there. H5. Do I wanna play H5? I wanna play H5. I'm still okay against Peter Svidler Jr. Playing the Grunfeld with white. Actually, I love the reverse Grunfeld DK guy. I mean, he's playing knight f3 on move 2, but you should actually think about playing knight f3 on move 1. You could use that move order as well. Here comes the rook. But we're going to have problems. Maybe d4. Speaking of problems. Do we go for this? Oh my god. Mr. Coffee, I was thinking about you and hanging pawns. And the thing is about hanging pawns, they have to be willing to sacrifice themselves, like Sami Farha, the Sami Farha poker reference. In order to live, you have to be willing to die, right? So this is... Hanging pawns are lame, dude, if you just sit there and you protect them. The whole point is that they have to have the ability to lunge forward and do some damage. You got to be willing to throw them forward dynamically, to sacrifice them. Of course they're not good if you're just clinging to your hanging pawns, like defending them. If they're a defensive liability, then they're nothing. There was a famous game that Kyrgios played that reminded me. You should study all of Kyrgios' games with white, because he played more hanging pawn games than I can think of anybody. What do we got here? DK guy. DK guy. What's up, man? You got tricky traps for me? No. No, you don't have a tactic. You better not have some sort of tactic. Queen d4, queen d4. Bishop takes c3. I'll block you if you play that. Knight d4, queen d4, bishop takes c3. Don't worry, I have other ideas too. Ah, he's playing it. Come on now. I have great ideas. Everything's hanging. What? What am I doing? Oh my god. I just blundered the game? Well, that wouldn't surprise me. DK guy is, we know, he's stronger than me. I'm lucky if I can draw against him. We should have some drawing chances here. If we weren't like flagging. Oh my god. You saw that in advance? What a game. He's just insanely strong. All right. I think it's the first time I've ever been a pawn up against him. He actually came apart and lost. What a save. Oh my god. I'm a genius. Look at this awesome position. I'm so proud to win that pawn down endgame. Whatever. At least you made a mistake, but this was a fantastic position. Dude, seriously. When we got to this point, he found knight takes d4. And I had the stupidest hallucination, like bishop takes d4, bishop takes d4, bishop takes d4, bishop takes c3. I'm going to play bishop d3. I almost played it, like dropping a piece for a tactic that doesn't work. This is his only move. So now I had rook c8, but I was afraid of knight c6 for some reason. This I couldn't figure out with only seconds left. Unfortunately, this was a good game until this point, you know. Then it just sort of degenerated. But here, I missed rook c8. That was much stronger. Now I have nothing but to go into this. I thought I was in trouble after bishop a8, but maybe it's nothing. Yeah, too dangerous on the white squares. Okay. Yeah, it should be better for white. Funny position this ending, though. I thought I was lost, and I'm not lost. I was freaking out when he asked king g1 here, because he has two connected passed pawns. But it's not a win, very luckily for me. Because I have bishop e1. This is just a miracle, you know, that I have this move. And DK guy loses, which is ridiculous. Someone on sound, welcome to the... It should have been a draw, but welcome to the stream, man. Hopefully you'll be here for our Sunday simul. I'm going to play this one last game. I got to go, guys, but one last game. I hope you have 100 games. He does. All right. All right, my turn. Let's play e4. I haven't played e4 today. I've been kind of nursing a headache. I don't know what's up with me. Not getting out enough. Had to walk around the block yesterday. That's still not enough exercise, obviously. I want to thank Balkus for his... Balkus. For his raid today. Thanks to Mr. Coffee, as always, for being our mod. But a good game, exciting game against DK Guy. We're playing better a little bit as the day goes on. So I'm not down with the Berlin defense, man. I will not enjoy that. The Royal Lopez. This is a solid way to avoid that nonsense. I don't want to play that endgame. It's just, I don't even know why, like, the top players continue to play it. So a6. Now we're going to transpose to like a whirl. I can take the pawn, but it's dangerous. I think like Chigorin had a game where he played bishop takes, tries to take the pawn on e5. But I'm thinking of a different position maybe. Bishop c6, d6, knight e5. That's nothing though, right? Queen d4. I have to play bishop a4. We may transpose to a Worrell variation. Roy. Donkey Kong. Great game. We should get some Donkey Kong emotes. Barrels. That's not copyright infringement. Why do I have a headache? The Roy Botez. I'm not a follower, man. I'm a GDI. We're going for d4. Very subtle. So what about this? Don't think I've ever had this position. This is kind of interesting. But your e5 pawn is hanging. Your e5 pawn is hanging. Told you. He doesn't care. All right. You're going to force me. I'm going to have to take it. Never play me again? Because I beat you finally? You beat yourself in a drawn position. It's not a very satisfying victory. I'm just happy that I didn't lose, given the time situation. And you're so much faster than me, frankly. I guess we ought to just play d3. Be thankful for extra pawn here. It's a little passive, but he has some compensation for this pawn. It's not clear if he sacrificed it or hung it. Doesn't matter, objectively, if he sacrificed it on purpose. Fortuna Chess Coach, welcome, guys. Yes. Feels like black has realistic comp here. I'll comp you a free room. Rocking Tan Mei. He's kind of the standard rating for most people who watch my stream. We're very popular in the 1700 to 2100 demographic. It seems like you have a really insane, broad number of kinds of Indian names there. Rouse time. It's hard to guess when people's names are Indian because there's so many different, totally different ones. Like, I can't even guess it. Knight d7. Now I don't like black anymore. I think his compensation it's gone. He's just down a pawn now. I'm not sure if he ever had full comp, but something was there. But I don't like the way it's going now. What about d4? That was the move that scared me. Opening up his bishop and not letting me support my advanced pawn at e5. He's stopping knight g5 now. Well, someone on sound, you have to check out Asturbate's game from the subscriber stream yesterday, dude. You're gonna love this. Have you seen it? He played like the immortal game, the immortal Asturbate game. It was unbelievable. Does black still have... we still have a little bit of compensation, A. All right, Greek gift. Take, check, knight g5, king g6. And that's a little concerning. I'm not buying that yet. I don't think we have bishop h7 there. Maybe now. I'm threatening it. It was a ridiculous opening, but an amazing concept. He's funny, man. He's very talented. Just no consistency. More than he used to have. Okay, so there goes knight g5. But he's fatally weakened at h7. This is kind of in his honor. His favorite battery. Talking about him like he's gone. He's almost always here, so it's weird when Astrobate's not in the stream. I gotta go, guys. So thanks everybody for watching. Looks like my stream is frozen. I guess my Twitch page froze. No problem. If your page freezes, just reload. Reload your bankroll. Fortuna Chess, also streamer, check him out. Guys, want to thank... Why am I muted? Oh, not muted. Yeah, this looks bad. Not good. What's the... What's the best move? Obviously, like bishop g6 looks pretty strong. Multiple threats. Spoiler alert from Summit on Sound. They call him Mr. Spoiler. He's ruined many a great chess stream. I also settled for bishop g6, but I felt like there was something more there. Bishop g6 is the obvious move. I feel like there should be something better. Bishop g6 gives up a whole piece. Multiple winning moves in this position, for sure. Reminiscent of the immortal game a little bit now. We got to get the king out to e5. Completing my development. Notable is the knight on a5. That's not really relevant. Alright, he gave it up. Gave it up. Yeah, there's no way you can save this. But I wonder if we have to go in a minute, but I just wonder if you ever had enough compensation for your sacrificed pawn. Wow, this has actually been played. White has an incredible score with just d4 straight away. Rook d1 is too slow. It looks like. I'm not getting this much. The young Wesley So, 2009. Man, too slow. You have d5 now, beating me to the punch. Interesting, though. Looks like there's possible improvement on theory here in this position. d4 actually might be better than d3. But it looks like black's okay anyway. So I have to play d4 first. That's really important. But this is not a good move. Wow. D5 the best try. Sort of Marshall Gambit like. Took the pawn, you got D5 right away. Still black has a little bit of compensation for this pawn. It's not that outrageous. Sorry. It's not that outrageous to sack it, but you played kind of inaccurately. And even here, you know, D4. Black's still in the game, totally. So that's the way to go. Alright, you just joined Pubslogy after downloading the Discord app. Wow. Alright guys, well I gotta go. Thanks everybody for the games. We're gonna be back on Sunday Simul, 6:30 CET, CEST, summertime. Happy May Day. You know, may you dance around the maypole with Ponda. I hope nobody was abducted by demons last night. The pagan holiday. Alright. Anyway. Hey everybody. Welcome. Have a great summer. Bye-bye.